What happened?
Take a deep breath and remember who you are. Yeah, they're gonna mess with you, baby, you're a star. Stepping in the spotlight, you know that it feels like time to put up a fight, honey. Got nothing left to lose, so let's start right now. Everybody want a piece of you. Gotta give them what they want, it's true. You're symphonic, yeah, so iconic. If you didn't know before, now you know. Now you know.
Oh, okay, we're on. Positively Powerful. I didn't hook up a monitor, so I'm not looking at the screen or anything like that. Scott Fitzgerald with Stacey Steinmiller. I'm a little down today, Stacey. I'm a little annoyed. There's a lot of like weird technological things going. Is this Mercury crap
No,
still
it's-
going?
well,
Is it over or what? What's
Mercury is direct, but they say there's,
residual retrograde?
I think so. Yeah, actually, I couldn't hook up to the Restream before I came here.
Yeah, see?
And I wasn't able to link my account.
We weren't able to, we've been having trouble with YouTube and posting some things, and we looked on like Down Detector and we're not seeing anybody posting about it. And then we've got they're out there sanding in the hallways, so you have to walk through a big cloud of joint compound dust. Yeah.
That was, it sounds like it might be better than the third floor, because when I was coming in, there was a guy outside. He's like, "Are you going to the third floor?" And I was like, "No, I'm going down." He was just like, "Okay, good." Like,
Don't go to the third floor, whatever you do.
And then we like walked in, and then he went
There
upstairs.
is no third floor. It's just a gaping hole.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's just a lot of these things happening at once, especially when it's something that we can't explain. Like, so when you're troubleshooting, you go through all the things, like you reboot the computer, you reboot the network, you try it on different networks, you try different computers, and the same thing is happening. It leads me to believe that the problem is not on this side, it's on the YouTube side. But nobody's complaining about it. So we're like, why is nobody complaining about it?
Right.
What's going on? Or maybe it's just too early in the day for people a lot of those YouTubers sleep in, they're not early risers.
They're on their own hours.
Yeah.
Right?
They're all like, doing the late nights and whatnot. But it just all compounds with everything that goes on social media and just everything that we're seeing all the time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to climb up on my soapbox. So I've already talked about how much I can't stand like all this AI generated crap. Have you seen all the Chuck Norris stuff lately?
Well, no.
So Chuck Norris?
I know he died a week ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
All I've been seeing are these ridiculous AI generated images of his funeral and his memorial service, and it's got like Arnold Schwarzenegger and like all the major action stars are there, and they're all dressed up, and they're like his pallbearers and stuff, and it's so clearly not real because it's like, come on, it just doesn't look real. I mean, this AI has a certain look to it. It's like, no, and yet you still see like all the hearts and all the cares and bless this hero and look at all these great guys going, supporting their friend. It's like, are you that freaking gullible? I mean, come on, people. Like, it's ridiculous. It just makes me so mad. But you have done the right thing.
I have.
And you ditched social media just for the weekend? Is that what you're doing?
I'm doing weekends free.
And how long have you been doing that?
So I just finished. This past weekend was my third weekend in a row, and so which isn't
what
that
do you
fun.
do then?
Enjoy my life,
Right?
So I stopped going on social media around 6 p.m. on Friday, and then I come back at some point on Monday when I feel like.
So do you find yourself reaching for your phone and going to the app?
Yes,
like without like
interesting,
auto?
without knowing. Yeah. So, which is really cool. And I catch myself pretty quickly. That say you text me and I like respond to your text message, and then my thumb will just like automatically then go to Facebook or Instagram.
You're like,
or
I can't stop it.
and so all of a sudden, I finish the text and then I like open up the app and then I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, so then I just close it and put my phone down. But it's interesting. So it's this fun undoing of habits.
I like that. It's an undoing that needs to be done.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel it every single day. And you know how it is in the world of business these days. You have to be on social media. You really do. I mean, there are very few sectors where you can get by with not being on social media.
Yeah, that's right. So I think I had shared this in the Telegram group, and I think I shared it maybe during my first, like pretty early on. And so what I kind of linked it to when you're trying to change a relationship with food, right? It's different from alcohol or drugs or something that you can just stop 100%, right? But you can't stop eating food, right? So instead you have
could,
to.
but
I wouldn't recommend it. I mean,
did you see that documentary?
What?
Oh, I wish I could remember what it's called. This goes back probably 10 years. It was a documentary about a guy who he basically wanted to commit suicide. So the way he did it was that he stopped eating, and then he kept a journal of everything that he went through
as he was
starving to death.
Interesting.
Until literally there was
died.
the last entry, and he died. And it was really, really interesting and horribly morbid at the same time.
Yeah.
But I mean, anybody who's fasted knows how difficult it is to purposefully go without eating, especially when you become ravenous and you're like, I've got to eat. You're looking at like dogs running by like, they turn into a ham and they're going by. They look like a little ham.
It's a cartoon. You just watch too many cartoons.
You can never watch too many cartoons. Stop it right there. That's something I would give up social media before I gave up cartoons.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But anyway, I got sidetracked.
Yeah, and we can talk about fasting and mind and your all that fun stuff. But
yeah.
But anyways, so that's kind of my approach. It was the same mindset around. I don't have plans to starve myself to death, right? So it's like you think about, okay, if you want to change your diet or the foods that you eat and so forth, you have to change your relationship with food. You can't just stop it completely.
Right.
Whereas, and so that's my thought around social media, at least that's where I'm at right now, is, well, I would like to use it for business. I would like to use it in certain ways. So this is at least the phase I'm doing. Who knows? Maybe that could change. I don't know. But so I'm going to change my relationship with social media so that it's the relationship that I want.
Take
with
your
social
power
media.
back.
Exactly.
So
I get to define the terms of this relationship.
Right. Social media isn't calling the shots on you.
Exactly.
I mean that's there's a kind of a universal feel to that with anything that you try to change. You're always trying to change that power.
Yeah.
That whatever it is has over you, and oh my God, so many things. I actually have thought about this quite a lot lately. I haven't taken the leap to do it because I have this philosophy that if you try to change too many things at once, you're gonna not get anywhere. It's too much.
Overwhelming.
It's too overwhelming. You have to do like a little bit at a time. But yeah, that habit of pulling out the phone and just and I find myself, I just looked at it like 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
Like what could have happened in 5 minutes that is like, oh,
yeah,
this deserves my attention.
I mean, I highly recommend it. The interesting thing is, though, I've tried different things for years.
Mm-hmm.
I've paid for the apps and locked my apps, and you know what I mean? I've done all the things of like, okay, I think I tried to do like 12 hours free on Sundays, and it's like failure after fail. So I should really share. It's not like I would just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm doing this
Yeah.
social media free weekend. Oh, it's great. I've never tried this before. No, I've tried variations of trying to limit my social media time, my screen time, etc., and have failed miserably. So the interesting thing is, I'm like, well, why is this working now and it didn't before? I don't know if I yet have that answer.
Really?
That's something on my agenda to work on this week, because I wanted to write an article and send it out in Substack around it. But I'm like, I don't know if I can share what it is, other than just the continual work on myself. And I don't know if it's just, I always see it as like you get over that hump of something, right?
Yeah.
And then but to really know what it is that has helped me over this hump, I think I would just be guessing, and I don't know if I could really give an accurate data as to why. And I mean, that's just all human behavior. Most people, when they say why, they're just making that up. It's just the story that we've made up as to why. So at least I'm aware of that. But then I was like, well, I don't want to share something, but I still plan to write and reflect and so forth and share something in that. But it's interesting. So I do want to share. I have tried this for years and years. Epically have failed. Something has changed. What, I don't know exactly, and it seems fairly easy. My screen time on my phone is under 2.5 hours a day, and I never, that's something I've always wanted and never seemed to be able to do. So it's like from like 1 week to another, it was down like an average an hour a day for a week. I'm like, that's 7 hours, right? From my week I got back.
I don't know if I could do, the social media is one thing, but I don't think I could be like reduce screen time necessarily. My whole world revolves around screens.
And I'm on my computer quite a bit and I'm using it a lot, but I'm writing, I'm making, I'm doing productive
things.
More creative. So the idea too is like this identity piece. So a lot of all this work comes back to identity of being a creator more so than a consumer. And I think that's important for leaders, entrepreneurs, creators, and so forth, that if we want to create our reality, we need to be in creation mode, which is not in this constant consumption mode. And so being on socials, I noticed like I was consuming, and I get, so not that entertainment is just completely bad, but again, it needs to be on my terms. Like when I turn the TV on, that is a conscious choice that I'm going to turn the TV on, I'm going to watch the show, right? Not like the TV's overtaking me sort of thing. And that's what I want my relationship with my phone or socials could be that same way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think about, you bring up TV, and I think about, maybe even just 10 years ago, I don't remember when it was that we got rid of cable and we went full streaming, but it's been a while now.
It's been over a decade for me.
Has it really?
Yeah, well over a decade.
I don't think it's been a decade for me, but I honestly can't remember.
I would say, I think probably 2012 at least. Yeah, probably 2012.
That's when you got rid of cable and you were totally streaming?
That's when I bought my house in Honey Falls, and I never got cable out there. So, yeah. And I can't remember if I had it. I know one of my roommates I had before we had cable, and then I had another roommate after that, and I don't remember if we had cable then or not. But either way, it's been at least since 2012. I do know that.
I go back to the times when we had it, and if I was gonna sit down and watch TV without a purpose, just to sit down and watch TV, you go, it's the whole 600 channels and nothing on, right? You're scrolling, and that's the same.
Yes.
Now.
Yes, with socials, because you just kind of go on and you let it entertain you.
Yeah, it's like, show me something that I want to watch. I don't know what I want to watch, but let me see if I can find it through doing this. And I know for when a lot of times when you're trying to break a habit, you have to replace it with something else. So every time you want to go to social media, instead you do whatever, like write.
Yeah.
Get out a pad and paper and actually write something.
Yeah.
Creation mode. I mean, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's not always practical. Like, you might not be able to do that. Or for me, what am I writing? Why I'm sad because I'm not on social media. But it's weird because it's like I think about that and I go, oh, that sounds really, really hard, but it also sounds really good.
Oh my God. I really recommend it. Like, anybody listening, I highly, highly recommend to doing it, and then committing. And if you're struggling and if you're failing at it, like I was, to keep doing whatever work that you need to keep doing on yourself to get to this point, because I feel so much better just from that. And it's so funny too, because I even said this the other day. They were entertaining. Because people talk about my diet a lot, and people ask like, oh, when you switched to a plant-based diet, did you feel better and all this? And I always said, I'm like, I never was those people that, they changed something about their diet and they're like, my whole life has changed. Like, I didn't get that experience.
Yeah.
Although I did change it very, very slowly over the course of like 4 or 5 years, like something insanely slow. But yeah, it's not like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sleeping so better and I have so much energy and I can lift weights twice as much, because you feel like you read these stories. But I do feel I can genuinely say I feel like markedly different being off socials for however many hours that is.
I remember reading something about families that were doing, no screen Sunday or no screen Saturday or something like that, where it was like under, everybody, even if it came to the point where give me all your phones and iPads and we're going to lock them up in the closet and we're playing board games or we're going hiking or we're somebody, it's a great idea.
Yep.
It's just amazing to me how quickly as a society we can become so dependent on a new tech.
Yeah.
Like, look at AI. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find anyone who hasn't completely, I mean, there are some, but having completely adopted some form of AI into their lives.
Yeah.
Like doing everything. I mean, the people are creating all their menus with AI, or they're now their whole calendar or everything that they write. Yeah. They just throw it in AI and copy and paste it, which I'm not a fan of.
Right.
It does have
it's helpful, but I hate going through and I start reading something as soon as it has an AI cadence, which is usually right in the beginning. I stop reading.
You can almost tell by the formatting.
Well, especially the more you use it, the more you can tell when other people are using it because you see how it is. And so that's kind of interesting. It almost feels like when I help people recognize lies and limitations that they're telling themselves that's holding themselves back and keeping themselves so small, the reasons why I can catch it so fast is because of me doing that with myself and my own work on myself. Yeah. And so it's a really similar thing is the more you use AI and the more you let it do those things, you can see how it naturally works. So then you can catch it when you see it out in the wild.
Yeah. I'm not against it by any means. things I think it has its place. I think there's a lot of things that it can do that's time saving, that's helpful.
Yeah.
It's a tool like anything else.
Yeah.
And just like anything else, if you let that tool completely run your life,
Right.
and then my bigger fear is the generations coming up now and later who are going to grow up only using AI and not using their brains the way we were fortunate enough to grow up and develop most of us critical thinking skills and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The ability to rely on yourself to work through a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really goes down to it's a tool and you must learn how to use it. And like any tool, you can use it poorly or you can use it well. And, there are some really great creators out there that talk about that. And there are ways you can use AI to help you think more critically. You can have AI to be highly critical.
Yeah.
But you need to train it to be that way, right? Otherwise, it will, just compliment you and tell you what you want to hear. So it's so like any tool, it's learning how to use it, and people get to choose if they want to use it to better themselves or if they want to use it for their demise. Like. Well, literally anything, right?
Then there's the whole dystopian part of all of this where the AI is starting to decide that it doesn't need humans anymore.
Well, that's fun. Yeah, so I've always really been into Ray Kurzweil. Yeah, I have the book from 1999, The Age of Spiritual Machines and so forth. So I've always been really interested, and I'm pretty sure, and we're getting close, because I want to say, I can remember when he started the predictions, around year 2000 when he wrote it, but I want to say it was 2030 he predicted that I think the biggest crisis he predicted was going to be depression. They're like the biggest medical issue that people would have. Oh,
was going to be depression. And
yeah, I got to pull the book out. I have it, but I'm pretty sure that. And so it's really interesting knowing that. I've had that in my head for quite some time, and just watching society
and you're watching how things
people,
are going.
and it's really interesting to.
I have this is just anecdotal and my own perception because I have no data here to back anything up that I'm going to say right now, but. I do believe that there is definitely a crisis, especially with children, with mental health and self-esteem and all of that. And I know, again, I don't have the data, but I know that there's a connection with social media and there's a connection with just everything that we use and how people use that. I mean, I'm guilty. It's the reward center of the brain. It's the oxytocin, right? Or the serotonin or whatever.
Yeah. Dopamine.
Dopamine. Yeah. So whenever you go on there's a dopamine hit when you see messages or you see, likes or loves of something that you did. And it's like, it's validation. And I love that. And I want more. And it's terrible.
Yeah, well, so, but we have these systems. This is how our brain and our bodies work. So this is why I think it's so important to learn yourself, learn what your, quote, triggers are, learn what the negative beliefs are that are feeding those, and work on that, So I know for me, alcohol never did it for me. It wasn't something that really I could ever see myself becoming addicted to. But social media, yes, because for me, it masks a feeling of loneliness. And it brings a fake sense of connection, right? So then it's really understanding about my attachment system, how I relate to people, what my needs or perceived needs are. That I I wouldn't go down the route of isolation. Like, that's not what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for escapism. I'm actually really good at doing escapism without the aid of any substances. But one way to escape my own feelings, my own discomfort, is through social connection, through relationships. So that's, I'm feeling uncomfortable. What do? I pick up the phone, I call somebody. I'm feeling uncomfortable. What do? I pick up the phone, I start scrolling, right? So it's like this. So that's why I think like the level, you need to understand your system and how your system works, so that you can actually overcome these things and work with them. So it's not bad that we have, it's just how our bodies are, right? And we don't need to judge it. Like, I know that Oreos are addictive, so I don't buy them, I will eat the whole packet if I buy them, so I just don't. And then when we learn not to shame that about ourselves, like to not see that as a moral failure, then it's actually, that's probably a big change. Then it's easier to just simply say no to it. Like, oh, I'm just not going to buy the Oreos because it doesn't serve me and it's not going to help me to get to where I want to go. No, I definitely shared the Oreos on here before. But I think it got to a point of recognizing and doing more work with the socials and understanding that and how that's not going to help serve me and really get me to where I want to go.
That work is important. And I think I've been trying to do it, but even, going back to the whole addiction thing and I realized that any of my addictions were in some form of self-medication, trying to fix something that was going wrong with me, whether it was some like a kind of depression or even boredom. Yep.
Boredom.
Even
that's a
boredom
big thing.
or just disappointment in my own self and where I was in life and being like, well, I'm not happy where I am. So, I have a couple of drinks, I feel better.
Yeah. Right.
And you could do that with social media. You could do that with food, with Oreos.
Anything.
Some people do it with exercise.
Yep, you can do it in the quote good ways. Overworking, exercising too much. There's so many different ways. We all have our own addictions. So it's really find your addictions and do the work, and it'll help reveal more about you. And there's always work to do, and it's not a bad thing.
All right. So as we get to wrapping up here, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
But I want to go back to what you're doing. You're doing the social media free weekend. So it's Saturday and you start at Friday at 6 o'clock,
6 p.m.
and then you come back Monday morning.
Whenever And then I think I noticed even the other day on Monday, I don't think I opened Instagram till like the afternoon.
Wow. That's cold.
Yeah.
So what would you suggest people do? They just jump right in and try it and see how far they get, or start it gradually and say, instead of doing the whole weekend, I'm going to try Saturday morning. Then I'm going to try Saturday morning into the afternoon. You know what I mean? I guess it depends, but what do you
depends
suggest?
on what the person wants to do. It shouldn't, I don't think a goal is helpful with an outcome of see how it goes.
Okay.
I was all in on the weekend and I had zero resistance about it. So that's how I knew it was going to go.
So you really wanted to do it.
I
this
really
felt right
wanted to do it. Yeah. So your goals need to be aligned with your desires and what you want, and not doing it just because I'm doing it, but what are your goals? And if the way in which I'm doing it is in resonance with you, then go for it. If not, then what is in resonance with you? What do you want to do? And do that. Otherwise, we're just fighting ourselves.
And it's tough because there are some people who would argue, I enjoy my Oreo time.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to give up my Oreo time.
Yep. So we call that pre-contemplation, right?
I don't know.
Or maybe you're just saying no. Yeah, and that's fine. But do what you want. It's like your life, you know? So I guess that's the other thing. It's like, I don't, you know, I'll help support people who want to change, you know?
Right,
So it's like,
right.
if you don't want to
But
do it,
the
then
point
don't
is,
do it.
the point is that you have to at least
Want to.
see it as a problem and say, all right,
Yeah.
I have a problem with Oreos, or I have a problem jumping on social media or my phone or whatever. There's something there that I want to change. You may not feel, it may not resonate with you that you want to stop because there's that resistance. You don't want to stop because it's something you enjoy or it's something you're depending on now.
Yeah.
But if you deep down know that, all right, this isn't healthy, I don't think this is healthy, then that's where you have to try that first step.
Right. Yeah. And grow the true desire in your relationship with that part of yourself. Yeah. So that's the whole thing, but I could talk for hours.
And if you anytime you are on social media, look for our live stream, Positively Powerful. And you can find it. It's in podcast form.
Yep, podcast form.
On the platforms. And then the videos are up on YouTube.
You have them on your Facebook.
And on the book face and all that kind of stuff. RadicalLifeCoach.com for Stacey Steinmiller. If you want to work with Stacey, she's amazing. She can help you with all of your Oreo problems. She's not a licensed Oreo technician, but she knows.
She's got personal experience.
She knows her way around the double stuff. Rockvox.com for podcasting and live streaming and audiobooks. If you're an author and you want us to do your audiobook, please reach out. Be happy to help, and we'll catch you next time on Positively Powerful. See ya.